from Olympia. I'm State Representative Hans Zeiger, serving the 25th Legislative District. We're about a third of the way through the 2012 legislative session. Since my last update, a bit of snow and ice slowed down the pace of the legislature for a few days, but things are back to normal now. My days are filled with public hearings, caucus meetings, constituent appointments, and I try to make time for those unplanned conversations with colleagues and other policy leaders in the hallways and stairwells where the real work on bills gets done. I want to thank all of you who've been able to make it to Olympia so far this session. It's always great to see people from the district bringing their passion for specific issues to the Capitol. Several bills that I've prime-sponsored have recently received public hearings. One, House Bill 2312, would allow recipients of the Distinguished Service Cross, Navy Cross, Air Force Cross, Silver Star, and Bronze Star to purchase these special emblems for their license plates, with proceeds going toward a fund in the State Department of Veteran Affairs to honor veterans. Ed Porter of Puyallup, a D-Day veteran who served in Patton's Third Army, approached me about the legislation. Ed earned the Silver Star after risking his life to save a wounded comrade and fighting at Brest, France. Subsequent conversations with veterans organizations, including the American Legion, led me to introduce the bill. I feel privileged to sponsor legislation that recognizes those who served our great nation and did so with distinguished service. I'm also sponsoring legislation that would expand our Amber Alert system to include endangered persons. Currently, it only requires alerts about missing children. This legislation came about due to the tragic death of Kimmy Daly, a 16-year-old developmentally disabled Puyallup resident who was missing for days before she was found murdered. Two other bills I've sponsored recently had public hearings, one that would increase penalties for littering, and the other at the request of Pierce Transit that would allow fuel standards for local governments to include compressed natural gas. If you have any questions or comments about any of the bills I'm working on, please contact me. Most of the emails I'm getting these days have to do with the state budget and the issue of same-sex marriage. Hearings were held on the marriage bill this week, and I'll have more to say about marriage in future correspondence. Well, thanks for trusting me to represent you.